Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. I hope everybody is good. And it's good to hear about your husband coming back from the hospital, uh, that his pneumonia has subsided. I've had pneumonia a couple of times, but I was lucky enough to have a daughter that took care of me, and I didn't have to go in the hospital. But gosh, I know what it's like getting in those hospitals and you can't hardly get out. Um, It's like nowadays, it's like they really don't want you there and they leave you in the hall. And then when you get in the room, they won't let you out. Oh, I don't want to talk about hospitals. I'm sure I'll have to deal with that soon enough. Um, well, I need to take my tiny little Synthroid pill. I've been taking that for years. My low thyroid. If I get to laying around, a lot, uh, I don't pay any attention to it. I just keep getting slower and slower and laying around, wanting to sleep. And then I realized, oh, goodness, how long has it been since I took a Synthroid pill, thyroid pill? So I start taking those again, and I seem to be okay. But I think at one point I've had different times where I've tried to get off of medicine, and I've gotten off of it and felt better, felt alive. Um, those of y'all that take a lot of pills, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, I'm glad your husband's back, and y'all can kind of try to get back to normal a little bit. I am lighting my candle here. I know I probably shouldn't breathe the candle in the house, but I'm addicted. Last night I cooked fish, and the house still smells that way when I got up this morning. About these new matches, they barely got anything on them, and they just, you know, they don't even much light, or at least one's going to break. Come on, light up. Maybe spice cake will smell the house up better than it smells like fish. Okay. Oh, and I got purple lights going up top here. This is my little controller. And if you look, you can probably see the reflection there. My lights. I don't know, things like that kind of cheer me up, make me feel good. Anyway, let me turn on my. It's not cold at all for this little heater to come on. It's not cold at all. And, I could even take this shirt off. But this is a real old TV. It was given to me. It was given to my husband. He didn't want it by his son, and it stayed in the garage for a full year, sat in the garage by my car, and I kept walking around it. And after about a year, I thought, I got to get rid of this thing. And I thought, what the heck? I'm going to bring it in the house and make an aquarium out of it. So I watched fish for the longest time, like an aquarium, And And then I wandered off to other things. Oh, it says here, shop in the spring for Hobby Lobby. And the reason I'm pointing to it is because it's all baskets. Maybe I knew the future. You know, I could have a gold mine here with all these baskets. And now, I guess because I'm in the house and I'm not running, biking, walking anymore, I'm watching people walk and walk through the woods, you know, walk through the Rome and all that crap. Oh, I just, you know, turn it on. I don't like sitting glued to it, but it's on in the house and I can hear it. Once in a while I can see it. But I told my husband, I said, you know, where would you go if you met God, you stepped across, walked through the door of death, and you met God, and He says, well, you're here in heaven and you don't float around on a cloud like everybody thinks. So where would you want to be? And he him-hawed around. Finally he said, oh, I know, I'd like to be in the 50s. Are you kidding me? He said, yeah, I'd like to be in the 50s. I said, well, that's right. There's no pain and there's nothing bad. So I guess it could be okay. Now, what would you be doing here? Rocking and rolling every weekend? And, you know, I said, okay, I guess that's great for you. You know, there won't be any kind of misery like you had before. But I don't think you'll be you won't be living as a little boy with your family. You know, you'll be an adult and that's what you want. And so he said, well, what about you? I said, well, I said, I sure ain't going to the 50s because I got too much pain for the 50s. Uh, so I said, I'll probably go, I like to just move around, see what I want, and then I'll decide. Just won't tell him right away. You know, maybe a place with a beautiful garden, beautiful roses all the time, and beautiful flowers coming in and out. Little cottage house, you know, little small, um, one level. And I can't believe he got disturbed because I didn't like the 50s. He said, you mean you wouldn't want to go back to the 50s? I said, heck no, if I'm going to know everything I know now, there won't be any pain, but I'm sure the heck not going to want to be there and remember things that brought pain. I said, no. I said, I might even want the future. You know, I want to go see what the future's going to be. You know, um, when we were kids, I was always they talked about the future, and it would be we'd be zipping through the air. We'd be going through these tubes, you know, flying through them, and we'd wear these space clothes, and cars would be up in the air; they wouldn't be on the ground anymore. We wouldn't really eat anything we knew; it would just be like pills we would take, and we wouldn't eat things, you know. So we didn't have to worry about all that. But that's not, you know, not much of that's happened. Now, we probably do have a way to zip around, but we can't because we'll probably run into an airplane or a helicopter or something. But y'all, can you believe they had helicopters and planes flying in the same area in the dark? Common sense is gone with people now. Choppers shouldn't even be in the same area with planes coming in and out, carrying so many passengers. Oh, oh no. They probably need a whole bunch of older people to go in and advise them on stuff, you know, tell them what they shouldn't be doing. But That'll never happen either. You know, with those two planes, everything came together for an accident. Person was let go early. A new trainee in the chopper driving. What else was it that was unbelievable? I don't know. I just hate that happened. But I want to say I'm saved. I believe in the Lord, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You don't have to worry about me, okay? Y'all don't worry about me. And I'm going to be traveling when I get to heaven. Like I said, I want to go to all these places and look around. Look at all these beautiful gardens that other dead people have. I don't want to stay in one place. Now, I might like to go back to the 50s and check out some of the watermelon fields or something, get me a nice juicy watermelon. But no, I'll be okay. And if I do go to the devil, like that there, if I do go to the devil, I just do. Okay? That's what God wants. But I've been saved. I've been forgiven of my sins, you know? And none of us are perfect, are we? But it's so, oh gosh. Please, what are you doing saying we're doomed? We're not doomed. We live in the greatest country ever. How are we doomed? My goodness. The only thing we have to do is just keep fighting off these wackadoodles. Oh, you know, people stand up and lie. They lie their heart out because they got something. Remember, always remember, when they're standing up there in the government, at a rally, or wherever they're at, giving a speech somewhere, always remember that they got an ulterior motive. So, and if you worked for a company and you know they were cheating and screwing people, you knew it was there and you hung around for the paycheck. You knew it was there. You knew it'd all come crashing down someday. So don't act like it was a surprise to you. I went through, when I was really young, I went through beauty school. And I knew the man that owned the place was a crook. And I made it through that school and got out unscathed. But I knew he was a crook. And I could have got away from him and went to another school. There's plenty of them. But I thought that, well, I'm not cheating, so it's going to be okay. But it's really not when you know that the administration of it is going to go to jail or come tumbling down. Now, on what they got going on right now, that they said the U.S. aid, it never was aid. That's just abbreviation. You have to be real careful about those things. They advertise and perceive everything in a different light, and it really is. You have to be real careful, and we all know that. We try not to get tricked or screwed. Um, but yeah, it's going to be okay with that. You can get yourself another job. Well, you can say you work for them on your application for 10 years, 15 years, and the administration was stealing, so it all closed down. You know, hey, there's nothing wrong having that on your application. You get a job, you'll get another job right away. They never planned on giving you anything from that job. You weren't going to get a a big retirement or anything. I think the one thing that we have to do is we've got to stay on the ship. We can't jump ship thinking, okay, this guy's nuts. We're gonna jump ship. We're gonna get out of here. I wished I hadn't done this. Oh, I should have voted different. No, stay on the ship and it'll be okay. It's all gonna work out. What you have to do is you have to trust. You have to trust. I'll tell you, what do you think this man's after? If you think you're doomed, what is it you think he's after? He's got everything he wants. Everything. He could walk away and have a wonderful life. But he has sacrificed his life, his way of life, his health. He could get killed at any time. For us, for America. Who do you know that's ever done that? Who? Who does that? I think George Washington did it. I think he did it. That's the only man I can think about. Um, I'm trying to think. Lincoln probably did it too. He probably wanted to run too. He probably wanted to leave too, dealing with all these fickle people. And I see how patient this person is. These reporters will ask him. He'll tell them everything, that he shouldn't even tell them so much. He'll tell them everything, and then, are there any questions? And they ask the same thing that he just told them. They act like little kids. They act like they're 12 years old. They're adults. They don't act like adults. These reporters don't act like adults. And I'm thinking, are you really, what are you, stupid? And then I think, you're just in there to aggravate. That's what you're doing. You're aggravating. Or you get in there and he starts talking and you don't pay attention and you start messing with your phone or you're doing something else and you never listen to everything he says. I'm not very highly educated at all, and I'm not very smart at all. But I can hear what he says. And I don't have to go back and ask that over again. I understand it on the first go round. So we're not doomed. Some of us have more than others. Some of us have just enough, like me. Um, we're not doomed. Shoot, I feel wealthy. I still got my health. Although I'm kind of, once in a while, I think I got a foot in the grave, but I don't. Um, I think sometimes maybe I get discriminated against now because of my age, maybe even my weight. That's happened, but I still feel, I just know that they're ignorant and I'm not. I hope I'm not fussy too much. People are slow to react and they want to give up right away. Don't give up. Hang in there. Have faith and have trust. Have trust somebody for a change. And people don't like change. They don't want nothing changed. Oh, I was okay. I was okay, and now what? Everything is the same. Eggs are the same. A bag of sugar is the same. Everything is priced the same. And through the years as we go along, things rise up in price naturally. Um, and we hear about all these storms and all this stuff because we have a way to communicate faster. We have all these phones. We have all these videos that people put on. I get yesterday. I watched, I guess I would call that bloggers or whatever. I've gone through them and I find the ones that are pretty truthful and tell the truth. And I watched those and then if you click back to the regular news, they ain't even heard about it yet. I had to wait till late last night for them to hear about them stupid Democrats going up to that building and storming in there like they were going to do something. The building's closed and nobody's in it. I don't know what they wanted to do. Tear it up? I don't know what they were after. I'm talking about those employees. That's what I've been talking about. The employees that no longer had a job because they were working for crooks. So that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Lord. As I say, I'm gone with the wind. Talk about something else. When I was a kid and I'd ride the bus to school, I told you I lived on the Gulf of America. And I, look out the window as you go along. You want the window seat. And that's when you had to behave in the bus. And you didn't scream and holler and run around. Well, anyway, I watched out the window. And after Hurricane Carla came through, which me and my family made it through, we got in the attic while that storm came through. Anyway, our house didn't move because Daddy tied it down. And I've mentioned that before. He tied the house down with cables. He did that right away, even before the storm came. He did that right away when we moved in there. Just a rental house. The renters didn't know the difference that we cabled that house down. They never knew it. But anyway, I'd watch out the window at things, and I'd see after the hurricane, these houses on the Gulf there, they set up on the cliff. And the bus would come by, and the houses were supposed to be there, and they weren't anymore. And then there's the Gulf of America, and they put signs out, "Gone with the wind." They put that sign out. Maybe the toilets were left. That's a clue. If anything ever happens, grab a hold of that toilet bottom and hang on. But anyway, the toilets would be left, and they'd prop a board, and they'd write a sign, "Gone with the wind." And I'd see it all over the town, in different places. And yeah, that's why I remember that so well. And of course, I liked the movie. And then when I grew up, the movie came, and then there was these little figurines, Gone with the Wind. I collected about 10 of those, and then I gave up. But yeah, now I've gone down in somewhere else, haven't I? Crazy. Oh, yesterday when I did this little coffee break, call it it's our coffee break. Um, I started that, and I was going to talk a little bit, and my husband just jumped right up. If he thinks he's going to get into this talking with me, he's not, because he thinks everything I say is stupid. So why would I invite him? Yeah, but I just I've got a granddaughter that's she leans a little bit. I'm told. I don't find her that way, but I'm told she leans a little bit to the other side. It's because she's young, but I couldn't convince her of anything. She'd probably agree with me the way my daughters used to do. Oh, they'd agree. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. They agree with me, and then they turn around and do the opposite. So I figure that. And people are sometimes influenced by who what they're around and what people say to them. If they constantly tell you that your grandma's crazy, Well, they'll believe it. So they grow up and then realize, well, she wasn't crazy. Um, or, of course, those people have moved to Florida and they don't get, and there's no little kids anymore. My grandsons are in the service now. But you shouldn't influence your kids against any adult. You shouldn't do that. Say things about them and influence them. That's um, but anyway, I guess I'll stop talking now and I'll let y'all get to the real world. Don't give up. Have faith. It's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Just have faith in the new government. Have faith that everything is going to be good and turn out good. Hey, if somebody destroyed all the chickens, we got to wait for the eggs. We can't just have eggs right away. A lot of eggs right away. They can't be cheap right away. We can't have chicken till the chickens grow up. This is all common sense. If somebody orders 100 million chickens killed, we're not going to have many eggs, are we? An avocado, all of a sudden, oh my gosh. People in this town didn't eat avocado till I got here. We can do without avocado. Gosh, I've never heard such crap. Beer, you don't need it anyway. You know, just wait for when it comes back cheaper. Wait for it to be on sale. I tell you, you know what I think beer is good for? Well, one, it's good for your hair. You rinse your hair in flat beer. Really, your hair is really nice. Or pour it into a sprayer and spray your lawn or your garden. It makes it all green and pretty. You probably didn't know that. That's what I've used beer for. And you can put some beer and some cheese. Cook it on the stove and it makes it, what do they call that? And you pour it over your vegetable. Let's see, what was that called? Gosh, I forgot the name of that. Something rabbit. Pour it over. Put beer and cheese. That's all the beer's good for there. Uh, Maybe the water's all bad and you don't have anything else to drink, so you're going to drink some beer. I don't know. But let's don't worry about the beer, especially that one brand. You know, let's start using American stuff. You start using American stuff and they'll start making American stuff. They can always make a beer that tastes just like that Mexican beer. And why do we want Mexican beer? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's good I'm not president. If I was, I'd be sitting there behind the desk and I'd go off in all different directions. I'd be worse than Biden. At least Biden fell asleep, and when he was asleep, he didn't cause any trouble. Um, but I'd be talking about, let's do this, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, gosh. Well, I hope, Candle, that you do your job and get that fish smell out of here. I'm thinking that I put something in the garbage when the daylight comes going on. Anyway, I guess I'm through talking. I don't know, this might come on around time. Wish I could give y'all some honey. So anyway, I'll let y'all go, and I'll talk to y'all later. Um, I'm not I can't say I'm not going to do anything because I'm going to do something today. It's just, will I film it, you know? Um, don't know. But y'all have a wonderful day and don't give up hope on anything. Trust. And it, you know, get busy. Get busy and forget about things like that. You know, if you ain't got a hobby, find a hobby. Um, I have a friend, I've been telling them that for as long as I've known them, a long time. And they've never gotten a hobby. Some of them just can't do it. So, y'all have a good day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.